Yo, what's up, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, AK Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and Queens, New York native who is also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the woods of Laurelton, Queens, New York. And you are now rocking, streaming, listening, and watching the 131st episode of the entertainment review show Meticulous Juice podcast. I do apologize for the little mishap. Um, the gallon of water had tipped over onto the laptop charger, so that's why I am redoing this. And plus, I wanted to redo it because of the interruption of my mother. So it wouldn't be fair for you listeners and watchers on YouTube to actually hear that. So that's why I'm redoing this right now, so I could get that out the way. So you know what I'm saying. So I do apologize for all that right there. And of course, and all right. So now that I got that out the way, welcome to the welcome to this space right here. Um, Live and direct from StreamYard and YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on the Meticulous Juice podcast YouTube channel page. Leave a like and a comment on the episodes and with the review topics, whether it's TV, movies, video game news, um, music, music histories, and discographies. So, also be sure to share the videos. Be sure to tell a friend to another friend. And of course, I will handle the rest at the end of this podcast recording. And and yes, I am redoing this episode. That's the reason why I'm redoing it right now. So I do appreciate y'all for your patience. I do apologize for the little mishap. So please forgive me. Um, and we're gonna get into a little thing that I like to call. Hold on a second. Hold on one second here. Hold on one second. Yes. Yes. Um. All right. And according to the folks from the source, um, this is dedicated to little baby. So little baby. So little baby announced his plans to drop two albums in 2025 first quarter. 2025 will be the year of little baby. Sitting down for a conversation with Lil Yachty, baby revealed that he will go back to back at the top of the year, delivering two albums. At first, I was telling people I was going to drop a double album, baby said. Now I'm dropping the Wham Wham and Dominique album. Little baby revealed they will be completely different projects. What is currently set for January 3rd, he tabbed Dominique with a hopeful February release. Speaking of January the 3rd, man, I want to give an early birthday shout out to a radio personality from Power 105.1 who has Way Up with Angela Yee and a podcaster, um, and also entrepreneur with multiple business ventures to Annie. All right. Um, she is an inspiration to everybody, including podcasters like myself. So I wanted to actually dedicate this birthday shout out, an early birthday shout out for January 3rd to Angela Yee. So to it's a way for me an honor to give her her flowers while she's doing major contributions to her community and everything else in between. We do appreciate you. All right. So let's make some noise for an early birthday shout out to Angela Yee. All right. All right. Now that I got that out the way, let's get into another segment right there involving movies. The Chillax Man Cave Popcorn Lounge. This one is pertaining to Minions. All right. Minions. So here it is. All right, Minions. It is. Here we. All right, so we're gonna get into Minions first, and then we'll get to the sequels after. Let's see, sequel. Wait a second. All right, so Minions is a 2015 American animated comedy film produced by Universal Pictures and Illumination Entertainment and distributed by Universal. The film is a prequel to Despicable Me 2010 and the third installment overall in the Despicable Me franchise, directed by Pierre Coffin and Kyle Balda, produced by Chris Melly Dandry and Janet Healy, and written by Brian Lynch. Minion stars the voices of Coffin as the titular beings, including Kevin Stewart and Bob's son, Sandra Bullock, John Hamm, Michael Keaton from Beetlejuice, Allison Janney, Steve Coogan, Jennifer Saunders, and Jeffrey Rush as the narrator. Okay, this one, a person's last name Lynch is very, very fucking disturbing to me. It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. I had to do it, man. A person whose last name Lynch is very fucking disturbing to me, man. Very fucking disturbing. So that's why I had to do it. But anyway, in the film, the the minions search for their replaceable evil master after one by one accidentally killing all their past leaders throughout history. And the budget for this movie is $74 million. Minions debuted in London on June 11, 2015, and was released in the United States on July 10th. It received mixed reviews from critics who praised the animation, voice acting, and score, but criticized the character development and humor, which called unfunny and inappropriate. Coffin has also expressed displeasure in the final film. The film grossed $1.159 billion worldwide, finishing its theatrical run as fifth highest grossing film of 2015 and the second highest grossing animated film of all time. It also became the highest grossing film produced by Illumination until it was surpassed by the Super Mario Brothers movie in 2023, which made between 1.3 to 1.4 billion dollars, by the way. So yeah, that's pretty good. All right. The success of Minions spawned a sequel, Minions: The Rise of Gru, in 2022, with another sequel planned for 2027. That's 2 years from now, just the same year as Sonic the Hedgehog 4, which is going to be out in 2027. So that's 2 years from now. All right. All right. Let's get to I don't know how the marketing goes actually. So excuse me, Bloomberg News estimated that Universal Pictures spent $593 million promoting Minions, including $26.1 million on television advertisements. It described the promotion as the largest and most comprehensive in the distributor's history. It also featured 850 toy brands as well as partners included McDonald's, Chiquita, and General Mills. In April 2015, Pantone announced the creation of a new official Pantone color, Minion Yellow, in partnership with Illumination. Titan Comics published a series of comics and graphic novels based on the film in June. As a professional tie-in, Minions Paradise was released. All right, now we go to the box office. Minions grossed $336 million in the United States and Canada, and $23.4 million in other territories, for a worldwide total of $1.159 billion. It was the fifth highest grossing film of 2015 and the second highest grossing animated film of all time. On August 28th, 2015, Minions passed the $1 billion mark at the worldwide box office, becoming the third animated film to cross that milestone after Toy Story 3 2010 and Frozen 2013. Deadline Hollywood calculated the film's net profit as $502 million, accounting for production budgets, marketing, talent participations, and other costs. Box office grosses and home media revenues placed it second on their list of 2015's most valuable blockbusters. In the United States and Canada, Millions was released with The Gallows and Selfless on July 10th, 2015. It grossed $46 million on its first day, including $6.2 million from Thursday night previews. During its opening weekend, the film grossed $115.2 million across 4,301 theaters, making it the second highest opening weekend for an animated film behind Shrek the Third, 2007. Moreover, it had the largest opening weekend for a prequel, breaking the previous record held by Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith 2005. The film would hold the record for having the highest opening weekend for an Illumination film until 2023 when the Super Mario Brothers movie took it. Its second weekend grosses dropped by 57% to $50.2 million and followed by another $22 million the third weekend. Minions completed its theatrical run on December 17th, 2015. Worldwide, Minions debuted in 44 markets on June 18th, 2015, and later a total of 66 countries by July 11th. The film grossed $12.5 million in its opening weekend from four countries, and its second Minions made $37.6 million in 10 markets. Its top international markets were the United Kingdom, $73.1 million, China, $63.47 million, and Germany, $63.46 million. Critical response. The film has an approval rating of 56% on 224 professional reviews on the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes with an average rating of 5.8 out of 10. The critical consensus reads, the Minions brightly colored brand of gibberish fueled insanity and stretches to feature length in their self-titled Despicable Me spinoff with uneven but often hilarious results. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 56 out of 100 based on 35 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A on an A plus to F scale. Jesse Hassinger of the AV Club gave the film a C, saying Minions has idiosyncratic roots, but it's a franchise play all the way. Finally, even 5-year-olds have their own movie that mechanically cashes in on something they loved when they were younger. Michael O'Sullivan of the Washington Post gave the film 2.5 stars out of 4, saying, I too once enjoyed the Minions and the small doses that they came in, but the extra strength Minions is, for better or for worse, too much of a good thing. Brian Truitt of USA Today gave the film 2.5 stars out of 4, saying Brian Lynch's screenplay features a series of amusing sight gags and physical comedy that mostly hits. Watching the Minions play polo while riding corgis is an exercise in cuteness. Tom Russo of the Boston Globe gave the film 2 stars out of 4, saying impressive as it is that the filmmakers get so much comedic mileage out of their characters, half intelligible, prattling. The conventional dialogue is bafflingly flat. Manola Dodges of the New York Times said, while Minions explores nominally new narrative ground, it folds into a series that now includes 2 features, various shorts, books, video games, sheet music, and a theme park attraction. So different but also the same. Tom Long of the Detroit News gave the film a B, saying Minions is a bit as cute as it's supposed to be, a happily empty-headed animated frolic that rarely pauses to take a breath. Peter Travers of Rolling Stone gave the film 2 stars out of 4, saying it's not whether this prequel can mint money. That's a given. The question is, can the Minions carry a movie all by their mischievous mini selves? Afraid not. Carrie Lango of the Arizona Republic gave the film 2.5 stars out of 5, saying despite the dizzying pace of carefully calibrated incongruities, Millions somehow never generates more than the occasional chuckle. Christopher Orr of the Atlantic said, "There's plenty of high velocity comic inanity on display to keep kids happily diverted. But the movie's major flaw is an extension of its own premise. Search as they may, the minions never find a villain worthy of their subservience." Liam Liam Lacey of the Globe and Mail gave the film 2 stars out of 4, saying, "With its episodic stream of slapstick gags, Minions has moments of piquant absurdity, but mostly its shrill but cutesy anarchy works as a visual sugar rush for the preschool set." All right, now we go to the nominations for the Annie Awards, which took place February 6th of 2016. Frank Baradat, Etonin Sado, Milo Rickaran, and Nicholas Bratt got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement for Animated Effects in an Animated Production. And Highcam R. Foley got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement for Character Animation in a Feature Production. Eric Gillen, Eric Gillen, hold on 1 second, folks. Sorry about that, folks. I had to put it on mute because of a loud car. I do apologize for that one right there. And yes, Eric Gillen got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement for Character Design in a Feature Production. Now we go to the Annie Awards. Okay, so the Annie Awards. So Eric Gillen got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement for Production Design in an Animated Feature Production. And Habib, excuse me, Habib Luwati got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement for Storyboarding in a Feature Production. Outstanding. So Pierre Coffin got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement for Voice Acting in an Animated Feature Film. John Hamm also got a nomination for Outstanding Achievement for Voice Acting in an Animated Feature Production. Millions won the British Academy Children's Award for Kids Vote film. Minions also got a nomination for the British Academy Film Awards for Best Animated Film. Carlos Soto Longo, Gary Rizzo, Chris Scarabozio, Sean Murphy, and Corey Tyler got a nomination for the Cinema Audio Society Awards for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Mixing for a Motion Picture Animated. And Minions got a nomination for the Empire Awards for Best Animated Film. Dennis Leonard got a nomination for the Golden Reel Awards for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Editing, Sound Effects, Foley, Dialogue, and ADR for Animated Feature Film. And Minions got a nomination for Trailer One, Motive Creature, Best Animation Family for the Golden Trailer Awards. Sorry about that. Stuart, Kevin, and Bob won Sheet Ignition. Both won for Best Animation Family Poster and Best Summer Blockbuster Poster. Overkill won Sheet Ignition got a nomination for the Blockbuster Poster too. All right. Butts, Lindemann, and Associates got a nomination for Best Animation Family Poster. Came from Workshop Creative, got a nomination for Best Animation Family TV Spot. Bananas, Billboard, Lindemann, and Associates got a nomination for Best Billboard. Came from Workshop Creative, got a nomination for Best Voiceover TV Spot. Artist Series, Lindemann and Associates won for Best Wild Post Teaser Campaign. Now, Hector Pereira got a nomination for the Hollywood Music and Media Awards for Best Original Score in an Animated Film. Millions got a nomination for the Kansas City Film Critics Circle Awards for Best Animated Feature. And Minions got a nomination for the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards for Favorite Animated Movie. Sandra Bullock got a nomination for Favorite Voice from an Animated Movie. And Sandra Bullock also got a nomination for the People's Choice Award for Favorite Animated Voice. Yeah, and Millions won the People's Choice Award for Favorite Family Movie. Chris Meledandri and Janet Healy got a nomination for the Producers Guild of America Awards for Best Animated Motion Picture. And Millions got a nomination for Saturn Awards for Best Animated Film. Let's see. All right, let's go to the Rise of Gru. Let's go to the Rise of Gru. So, Minions: The Rise of Gru, also known as Minions 2, is a 2022 American animated comedy film produced by Universal Pictures and Illumination and distributed by Universal. It is the sequel to Minions 2015, a prequel to Despicable Me 2010, and the fifth entry overall in the Despicable Me franchise. The film was directed by Kyle Bolda, co-directed by Brad Abelson and Jonathan Del Val, and produced by Chris Melly Dandry, Janet Healy, and Chris Renowned. Excuse me, sorry. From a screenplay written by Matthew Fogel and a story by by Fogel and Brian Lynch. Give me 1 second, folks. Sorry about that. It features Steve Carell reprising his role as Gru and Pierre Coffin as the Minions, along with Russell Brand, Will Arnett, Steve Coogan, and Julie Andrews, reprising their respective roles as Dr. Nefario, Nefario, Mr. Perkins, Silas Ramsbottom. Oh shit. and Gru's mother, Marlena. New cast members include Taraji P. Henson, Michelle Yeoh, and Alan Arkin. In the film, an 11-year-old Gru plans to become a supervillain with the help of his minions, which leads to a showdown with a malevolent team, the Vicious Six. Damn. And let's see. So the budget, the budget, um, the budget is in between 80 to $100 million. Um, and in the box office, it made $940.2 million. All right. All right. All right. After being delayed for 2 years due to the COVID-19 slamdemic, Minions: The Rise of Gru had its world premiere at the Enecti International Animation Film Festival on June 13th, 2022, and it was theatrically released in the United States on July 1st. The film received generally positive reviews from critics. Some deemed it an improvement over its predecessor, with praise earned for its score, animation, humor, voice performances, particularly Carell's, and aesthetic, although its plot was criticized. It was also a commercial success, grossing over $940 million worldwide and becoming the fifth highest grossing film of 2022. A sequel is scheduled to be released on June 30th, 2027. That's 2 years from now, which is the same year as Sonic the Hedgehog 4. All right. And yes, so Steve Carell voices Gru, um, a rising supervillain and the boss of the Minions. Pierre Coffin as Kevin, Stewart, Bob, Otto, and the rest of the Minions. Gru's yellow, troublesome, newly hired henchman. Alan as Wild Knuckles, the former leader of the Vicious Six, who later becomes Gru's mentor. Taraji B. Henson as Bell Bottom, a disco-themed master thief and the newly appointed leader of the Vicious Six. Michelle Yeoh as Master Chow, as an acupuncturist and kung fu fighter who helps the minions on their quest. Julie Andrews as Marlena Gru's mother. Russell Brand as Dr. Nefario, a scientist who runs a record store. Jean-Claude Van Damme as Jean-Claude, a member of the Vicious Six with a giant mechanical lobster claw for his right arm. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Dolph Lundgren as S Vengeance, a member of the Vicious Six who is a roller skater. Danny Trejo as Stronghold, a member of the Vicious Six with big metal hands. Lucy Lawless as Nunchuck, a member of the Vicious Six who is a nun and wields nunchaku. Additionally, Will Arnett and Steve Coogan reprised their respective roles as Mr. Perkins and Silas Ramsbottom from the from the main Despicable Me films, while Michael Beatty voices both the VNC announcer and Guru Rick. Jimmy O. Yang, Kevin Michael Richardson, and John DiMaggio voiced three of Wild Knuckles' henchmen. The latter previously voiced the Scoutmaster in the Minion Scouts animated short from 2019. RZA voices the biker who Otto befriends on his way to San Francisco. Raymond S. Percy voices Brad, the biker's nephew who Otto traded his pet rock for the Zodiac stone. All right, let's get to the reception. I'm sorry. Yeah, the reception. Minions The Rise of Gru grossed $370.3 million in the United States and Canada and $569.9 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $940.2 million. It was the fifth highest grossing film of 2022. Deadline Hollywood calculated the film's net profit as 368, counting for production budgets, marketing, talent participations, and other costs. Box office grosses and home media revenues placed it third on their list of 2022's most valuable blockbusters. The Rise of Gru's box office success was attributed to the release date near Independence Day. Its marketing was also cited, which brought back families to theaters. According to ComScore analyst Paul Garabedian, the film was perfectly executed for family audiences, and box office pro chief analyst Sean Robbins elaborated this as a pent-up demand journey. In the United States and Canada, Minions: The Rise of Gru was initially projected to gross $70 to $80 million from 4,391 theaters over its 4-day opening weekend. After making $48.2 million on its first day, including an estimated $10.8 million from Thursday previews, the best for an animated film among the Slamdemic and of the Despicable Me franchise, estimates were raised to $129 million. It went on to debut to $107 million and a 4-day total of $123.1 million, topping the box office. Its total set the Independence Day weekend record, surpassing Transformers Dark of the Moon's 115.9 million dollars in 2011. The film made $46.1 million in its second weekend, a drop of 57%. Finishing second behind newcomer Thor: Love and Thunder, Minions: The Rise of Gru is the sixth highest grossing film of 2022 in this region. The film opened in Australia a week before its US release, debuting at $3.7 million. It added another 60 international markets in its sophomore weekend and made $87.2 million. The combined first and second offshore weekends were 13% below Minions and 3% below Despicable Me 3 2017. Four countries, Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Venezuela, had the biggest animation opening weekend of all time. The popular TikTok trend that accompanied its release, see below, was credited for Israel's record-breaking performance in its third international weekend. Millions, the Riser Group passed the $400 million worldwide mark after adding $56.4 million to its total. In France, it set records for the biggest elimination animation opening day of all time, the third biggest animation opening day of all time, and the biggest opening including previews of 2022. The film passed the $500 million worldwide mark in its fourth weekend, $600 million worldwide by its fifth, and $700 million worldwide by its sixth. Critical response on the review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes: 70% of 185 critics reviews are positive, with an average rating of 6.1 out of 10. The website's consensus reads: the Minions' antic shenanigans are beginning to grate, despite the sequel's injection of retro chic or chic, however you pronounce it. Although this loony marathon of gags will still delight young children, Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of 56 out of 100 based on 41 critics, indicating mixed or average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A on an A plus to F scale, the same grade as its predecessor, while those at PostTrack gave the film an 87% overall positive score, with 71% saying they would definitely recommend it. Johnny Olesinski from the New York Post rated the film 3 out of 4 stars, stating that while a tad too light, as these films often are, nobody is making animated characters that's funny or likable. And Serena Poang from Boston Globe gave the film 2.5 stars out of 4 and wrote, "The movie is fun. The movie is fun. The music is unironically good. A particular standout is the Minions' rendition of Simon and Garfunkel's Cecilia. Bob, as cute as ever, learns that even the smallest of us are capable of great things." Scroll ends Udita giving a positive review, wrote, "The animated comedy is an 88-minute delight, further enlivened by the talented voice cast. I do apologize. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that person's last name, so I just used the first name. So, you know what I'm saying? So, Clarice Logri from The Independent rated the film 3 out of 5 stars, saying that there's nothing all that special about the Riser Group, but it runs like a well-oiled machine. Oh shit. RogerEbert.com's O.D. Henderson rated the film 3 out of 5 stars and praised the humor. Writing, the laughs are well paced, and the viewer isn't given too much time to reflect on how ridiculous Matthew Fogel's screenplay is. Despite feeling the pacing was breakneck, he also commended the film's animation, deeming it striking, from the gorgeously rendered Chinatown of the city by the bay to the charming look of young Gru. He has the same big expressive eyes that fill the emotional faces of his little girls, and its voice acting, stating that Carell does a fine job of making his Gru voice younger and less pronounced. Peter Travers of ABC News stated, director Kyle Boulder creates a traffic jam of chases and collisions, with the Vicious Six morphing into giant animals, including dragons, tigers, and monkeys. It's all too much and too ditzy. Oh shit. But would you want it any other way? The Associated Press's Jake Coyle scored the film 2.5 stars out of 4 and ended his review. If anything, the Minion craze has proven the timeless versatility of the googly-eyed henchman, a cartoon concoction of childlike slapstick simplicity and eminent um, pliability. It's enough to make you curious to imagine the Minions in subsequent decades on Wall Street in the 80s, maybe, or headbanging at a Nirvana concert in the 1990s Seattle. Peter Bradshaw from The Guardian rated the film 2 stars out of 5, writing that the plot is punk, um, excuse me, punk, perfunctory, excuse me, and it runs on the faintest of fumes. Blige Ebery from the Vulture, um, gave the film a negative review, writing that it looks nice, the kids will enjoy it, and at 87 minutes, it all goes down relatively smoothly, but it does not quite smart enough to be as stupid as it wants to be. Los Angeles Times, Katie Walsh, in a negative review, wrote, references and the relentless assault of 70s needle drops are fun to a point, but the movie itself is 87 minutes of pure chaos, a hallucinatory, cacophonous fever dream of nonsensical subplots and million gibberish. Hashtag Gentle Minions TikTok trend, a popular internet meme involving groups of young adults dressed in suits like the character Gru attending this film, and some dressing up like minions with the tag hashtag Gentle Minions began spreading on TikTok almost immediately after the film's release. The meme originated with a group of Australian high schoolers. It is usually accompanied by American rapper Yeat's song Rich Minion, which was commissioned for the Cole Bennett directed trailer of the film. Large groups recorded themselves cheering, throwing bananas at the screen, and performing Gru's trademark steepled fingers gesture. Several theaters in the United Kingdom banned groups of young men in formal attire from seeing the film due to their disruptive behavior during screenings. The meme was also documented in the United States, Norway, Singapore, and Israel. The substantial meme subculture around the rise of Gru was noted by the face to be similar to memes surrounding the superhero film Morbius, released earlier in 2022. Both meme subcultures focus around a largely ironic appreciation for the supposed strengths of said film, often verging on the absurdist, but the face noted that the interest in the rise of Gru was largely based in genuine interest in the film, whereas the interest of Morbius was based solely in the latter's perceived lack of quality. The social media accounts for Universal Pictures Illumination and the franchise acknowledged the meme, with the latter two posting a video that depicted the minions participating in the trend. Post-track reported that 34% of the rise of Gru audiences were between the ages of 13 and 17, an unusually high percentage for an animated film. Pamela McClintock of The Hollywood Reporter concluded that the results of the survey were a result of the internet trend. All right, so the Annie Awards, Rise of Gru / The Office got a nomination for Best Animated Television Commercial. And of course, the names Frank Baradat, Simon Pate, Mulan, and Milo Rickarand. I do apologize. I can't pronounce this person's last name, so it starts with a V. Let me just spell it out. VOUKASSOVITCH. Wait, Vokasovich. Vokasovich. Okay, got it. All right, so Nima. Okay, they got outstanding achievement for animated effects and animated production. Nima Azarba got a nomination for outstanding achievement for storyboard in an animated feature production for the Annie Awards, followed by Dave Feist. All right, so Tim Nielsen, Steve Slanek, Alan Mayerson, and Jason Butler got a nomination for outstanding achievement in sound mixing for a motion picture animated for the Cinema Audio Society Awards. And for the Golden Trailer Awards, Get Ready, Inside Job got a nomination for Best Animation Family TV Spot, followed by Shades Dance, Inside Job, Best Animation Trailer Bite for a feature film, Ready AV Squad, Best Animation Family, and Ready AV Squad, Best Summer Blockbuster Trailer, Mini Boss Transit, Animation Family TV Spot, New Adventure Inside Job, Best Animation Family, New Adventure 60 Inside Job, Best Animation Family TV Spot for a feature film, One Shot Inside Job, Best Comedy TV Spot for a feature film. Brace Yourself, #1 comedy, Paradise Creative, Best Digital Animation Family, got a nomination. Rachel Levy and Mike Knobloch got a nomination for the Guild of Music Supervisors Award for Best Music Supervision for film budget over $25 million. Jack Antonoff, Kevin Parker, Sam Dude, Patrick Berger, Diana Ross, Tame Impala, Mike Knobloch, and Rachel Levy for Turn Up the Sunshine. Followed by the Hollywood Music and Media Awards for for best original song in animated film, best written song and or recorded created for a film. And yes, Mike Knobloch and Rachel Levy also got a nomination for best music supervision film, followed by Yeet for Minions, The Rise of Gru Lyrical Lemonade for original song, score, and new media. And of course, the movie got a nomination for soundtrack album. And Taraji P. Henson got a nomination for Outstanding Character Voice Performance Motion Picture. And the Minions, The Rise of Gru won for favorite animated movie for Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards, NAACP Image Award for Taraji P. Henson for nomination for Outstanding Character Voice Performance Motion Picture. Steve Carell also got a nomination for favorite male voice from an animated movie, favorite female voice from an animated movie by Taraji P. Henson for the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. Chris Meledandri, Janet Healy, and Chris Renaud got a nomination for the Producers Guild of America Awards for Outstanding Producer of Animated Theatrical Motion Pictures. And Minions, The Rise of Gru got a nomination for the Saturn Awards for Best Animated Film, and of course, Jerome Viavent, Giles D. Lusignan, and Benjamin Lester got a nomination for the Visual Effects Society Awards for Outstanding Visual Effects in a Commercial. And okay. 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 All right, so we're gonna go to the video game chamber real quick. Actually, I'm not gonna stay on this for too long, actually, because I gotta get ready to eat. So I gotta get ready to eat and stuff. So yeah, so let's go to the video game chamber right here, real quick, real quick. Okay. All right, so let's go into some stuff to talk about here. Um, and let's see, let's see. Okay. So according to Eurogamer, Nintendo will have been watching the recent stream of Switch 2 design leaks and is now keen to unveil its under wraps new consoles as soon as possible, an analyst has said. We've had a fair idea what Switch 2 will look like for a while, at least since prototype console shell and internal component components surfaced online in late September. But recent weeks have seen further images posted, this time by the accessory companies now taking orders for Switch 2 add-ons, which which show close estimations for Nintendo's next console in greater detail. In other words, it's now widely expected that Switch 2 will simply look like a slightly larger Switch 1, now with magnetic Joy-Con attachments and a additional button below home on the right Joy-Con. So when will Nintendo finally unveil Switch 2? In early November, industry analyst Sirkin Toto, CEO of Japanese game industry consultancy, um, Catan Canton Games told Eurogamer that the company had now run out of time to reveal its Switch successor in 2024. Nintendo has set itself a deadline of March 31st, 2025 to show off its Switch successor, but considering the leaks and the falling sales of Switch 1, Toto suggested to Eurogamer today that the company was unlikely to wait that long. Nintendo will not have much time in January, so a potential announcement early in the month could make sense, Toto said. You can bet that Nintendo is aware of all the leaks and not happy about them. And even if some of them will turn out to be made up, it is actually getting so bad with those leaks that they might cause Nintendo to release information earlier than planned. Switch 2 is widely expected to arrive later in 2025, and while Nintendo is yet to offer any suggestion of timing, we don't have too long now to wait and find out. When Nintendo Switch 2 does arrive, fans expect next year's long-awaited blockbuster Metroid Prime 4 to launch on Nintendo's new hardware. Nintendo has also confirmed that Switch 2 will be backwards compatible. All right. All right. Let's see. Um, all right. I think I'm gonna wrap up here right now, man. I'm gonna wrap up here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna wrap up right here, man. We're gonna wrap up right here with with this last segment of the day. With all right, stream choices on the go, man. Let's go. All right, make sure you follow Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast on Threads alongside with Instagram and alongside with Instagram with my other podcast shows that I do, which is Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, my sports platform, and alongside with my comedy Off the Meat Rat Chains New York Avenue podcast, and myself, G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And in case you're wondering, the username on Threads is the same as it is on Instagram, so there's no confusion. So don't worry about that. And if you go to the link in bio, where it says Linktree / Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast, you're gonna see a whole list of audio streaming platforms and videos to watch episodes. So you can download these apps onto your iPhones, Android phones, iPads, Android tablets, laptops, includes Apple and Dell laptop models. All right. Now, the streaming platforms includes Audible, Odyssey, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overhaul FM Podcast, Play FM, Pocket Cast, Pod Friend, Pod Hound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser Podverse, Podcast Guru, Podvine, Snip, Spotify for Creators, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app where you can listen to music, radio stations, and podcast shows, including episodes for free. You don't need a credit card or debit card to download iHeartRadio. All you need to do is go ahead and follow the podcast on iHeartRadio, along with streaming platforms that I just mentioned, and also on YouTube. Make sure you grab that subscribe button on the Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast YouTube channel page for more live video episode podcast live stream recordings, and of course leave a like and a comment along with the review topics. Tell me how you feel about the review topics in today's episode or any previous episodes whatsoever. And if you missed out on any episodes that was already dropped already, feel free to catch up. All right. And I will gladly get into the part about where you can actually do your part, which is spread the word. Word of mouth is important. Tell a friend to another friend. Share the videos. You can also download. You can also listen, stream, and watch on every streaming platform. Alongside with the Linktree with Linktree / Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. With your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, the people you're cool with from work and everywhere else, wherever you listen, wherever you get, stream and watch your podcast. All right. You can even watch it on the go, whether you are going to work or whether you're going to work, college classes, or any other destinations, or coming from those destinations to the comfort of your home. All right. So that's going to do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator. Thank you very much for listening to episode 131. And as I do apologize for earlier when I was recording, a little mishap with the gallon of water that accidentally went to the laptop charger. I am going to get a new charger for this laptop that I'm using right now, so don't you worry about that. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. It's not going to be given to you on a fucking silver platter. And find your niche, follow your goals and dreams. Be sure to also be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, that get you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. There's no guidebook to following your goals and dreams, your path, your heart, and your journey. And it's not about whether you win or lose. It's all about how you play the game. All right. And don't worry about being a people pleaser, man. Let me explain something to the new people that are starting a podcast, man. Don't worry about being a people pleaser, and don't worry about money as far as sponsor ads, and don't worry about getting an SEO or anything like that. You just got to ask yourself this one question: are you creating a podcast for the moment and money, or are you doing this for the love and fun? All right. That's the question that I will leave you with. All right. So I'm going to get up out of here so I can get ready for dinner. I'll be back with episode 132, 133, 134, and 135 in a couple minutes, alongside with the other separate podcast episodes, 374, 375, and hopefully my sports podcast episode 85. So I'm going to get up out of here as I get ready for dinner and all that great stuff whatsoever. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Make sure you have yourselves a happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. Make sure you have a Merry Christmas. And of course, New Year's to every single one of you out there who are podcasters, including the podcasters that's covering the New York Mets, the YouTubers, everybody, man, that's contributing to Mets news whatsoever. So people don't have to worry about watching the fucking baseball night in New York on SNY with negative fucking Nancy's on there. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there you go, man. And you know what? Trust the fucking process, man, of the Mets off season. Trust the process in your craft as far as like creating a podcast, content creation. Doesn't matter what the content is, man. Be yourself behind the microphone as you're recording. All right. Peace out. And make sure you stay safe. Spend time with your family, especially on Christmas. Very important. And all that great stuff right there, man. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. And Merry Christmas to the podcasters covering the New York Mets, the YouTubers, the gamers, everybody, man. Merry Christmas. Peace, man. See y'all on the flip side. Stay liquid. Peace, man. Good night.